أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, hope everyone is well. Today it's going to be pretty much a recap for those students who have started recently Arabic and who still are trying to get grips with the Arabic verbs itself. So this class is, and of course for those who want to revise as well, by all means they can join the class and revise. So this is the whole purpose of today's class. So I'm just going to start off with some basics and then inshallah go make our way through all the actual different conjugations itself, inshallah. Just give me 1 second, I just need to get the actual sheet onto the screen so that we can go through them, because I know right, let's start. So I'm going to quickly revise everything with everyone so that everyone feels much more confident with the actual conjugations itself, because I know yesterday's class was a bit technical, especially for the students who have just joined recently. So inshallah, this class is going to somehow provide you the actual support which you need to be able to understand the other advanced classes as well. Right. First of all, everyone is aware that in the Arabic language, the minimum letters for a verb are 3, and every verb requires a doer. So you cannot have a verb without a person performing the action itself. And there are 14 forms in total. So you have the huwa, which is he, huma, they both, hum, they all. So as you know, these are the detached pronouns which are there. And then you have hiya, she, huma, they both, hunna, they all. And then you have anta, you one masculine, antuma, you two masculine, antum, you all masculine. So this is 3 for the second person itself. And then you have anta, one masculine, antuma, you two masculine, antunna, you all masculine, ana is I, and nahnu is we. So these are the actual 14 detached pronouns which normally come independently, but they have been written in a column next to the verb itself, just to make yourself understand that which or whom this verb is implying or referring to itself. And I'm going to, right, now then we have with each verb, now which each verb, every verb requires a doer, as I mentioned, and these verbs which you will see on the screen, let me just cancel this. Right, so over here now, dhahaba means he went. So you have the, as you can see over here, it's al-fa'il. So every verb requires a suffix which is attached to the verb, which represents who's performing the actual action. And the first verb, dhahaba, which is he went, there is no suffix attached to it. So in this case, we call it hidden. So we say it's literally hidden in this form itself. So there's no suffixes attached into this form itself. But when we move forward, dhahaba, the dual, we have the alif, the sign of dual, which represents they both. And then in hum dhahabu, it's called waw al jama'a, the waw for plural, masculine, dhahabu. And then we have dhahabat. Let me just make it full screen. Let make it full screen easier. So then we have, so we had a few mistakes being made by some students, so this will help everyone to rectify their mistakes. Then you have dhahabu, which is the alif and the waw, and before the waw, the last letter before it has a dhamma, hum dhahabu. And then we have here dhahabat, we have the ta with a sakin at the end of the verb, and this is a suffix which represents she went. And then we have huma, and we add the ta and the alif, which represents they both females. So we have alif for the dual masculine and for the dual feminine, but we have added the ta, dhahabata. The ta is for feminine to differentiate between dhahaba and dhahabata. And then we have hunna, dhahabna. So the dhahabna is the suffix which is attached to the past tense verb, which means they all feminine went. And then the remaining 6 are really easy. So the last letter of the 3-letter verb, as I mentioned last time, inshallah, I will do the 4-letter verb today and the 5-letter verb and the 6-letter verb today as well, so that you know all of the different conjugations for the past tense. So it will make it easier for you to understand the Quran when you're reciting in the month of Shahr Ramadan. So you have anta, so you have ta, tuma, tum, ti, tuma, tunna. So these are the suffixes which are attached to the past tense verb, which represents who's performing the action. Dhahabta, you one male. Dhahabtuma, you 2 males. Dhahabtum, you all males. Dhahabti, you 1 female. Dhahabtuma, you 2 females. Dhahabtunna, you all females. Dhahabtu, I went. And dhahabna, we went. Right. I'm going to ask some of the new students to come on the mic so that they feel a bit more comfortable. I will ask, I'm just going to ask Sister Samina. I think Sister Samina from, is it Islamabad or Rawalpindi? Sister Samina.
You are taking my name, Samina?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Would you be able to do all of these 14 forms, please? Dhahaba.
Zahaba. You want me to read just all these?
Read and translate as well, please. So, huwa dhahaba, he went. Huma dhahaba, they both went. Hum dhahabu, they all went.
Okay. Okay. Huwa zahaba, he went. Huma zahaba, they both went. Zahabu,
They all went.
they all went. Right here, zahabat, she went. Huma, they both went. Hunna zahabna, they all went. Anta zahabat,
Anta dhahabta.
anta zahabta, you went. Antuma zahabtuma, you both went.
Correct.
Antum zahabtum, you all went.
Correct.
Anti,
Dhahabti.
okay, anti zahabti, you went.
Correct.
Antuma zahabtuma, you both went. Antunna zahabtunna, you all female went. Ana zahabtu, I went. Nahanu zahabna, we went.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Jazakallah. Right. Can I request next person, Sister Asma?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Sister Asma. Now, as you can see, these are the suffixes for the past tense. Now, I'm going to just change this and go to the other one because I want to finish off quite a bit of work today, so that I can move on. So I'm going to ask you now to kindly do all of the 14 forms of kataba because I want to finish off pretty much all of the actual 5-6 letter verbs today. So kataba. So kataba, he wrote. So can you conjugate for this? And please, please, I'm conjugating them in class and bringing students on mic. Only the reason for this is that you become more confident and more conscious and more aware of them. And I would like everyone, if you have the time to send me handwriting, write them down, send me a voice note so that I know that everything has been understood. Bismillah. Kataba.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kataba, he wrote. Kataba, they both wrote. Katabu, they are all wrote. Katabatu, she wrote.
Katab.
Katabat, she wrote. Katabata, they both wrote. Katabtunna, they wrote.
No, katabna.
Katabna, they wrote. Katabta, you wrote. Katabtuma, they both wrote. Katabtum, you all wrote. Katabti, you female wrote. Katabtuma, you both wrote. Katabtunna, you all female wrote. Katabtu, I wrote. Katabna, we wrote.
Correct. So this is a verb now. All of the 3 letters are with a fatha, kataba. So all of them having a fatha and alif, waw, ta sakin, alif, ta and alif, noon with a fatha at the end, ta, tuma, tum, ti, tuma, tunna, to, and na. These are the suffixes which have been added. Right, next student, because I want to cover all of the past and present tense for the 4-letter verbs, the 5-letter verbs, and the 6-letter verbs today, inshallah. And then I'll do the next session, the imperatives of all of them together. Sister Shanaz Zadi, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Yes, Assalamu
Rahmatullah. Can now you do the next one, which is Zaraba, he hit.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Rabbi zidni ilma. Daraba, he hit. Daraba, they both hit. Darabu, they all hit. Zarabat, she hit. Zarabatana, Zarabata, they both hit. Darabna, they all hit. Darabtu, you female hit. Zarabtuma,
No,
they both.
Zarabti.
Zarabti.
And you one female hit is the Zarabti.
Oh, Zarabti, okay. Zarabtuma,
Right?
they both hit. Zarabtum, you all hit. Zarabti, you female hit. Zarabtuma, they both female hit. Zarab,
You both.
oh, you both female hit. Zarabtunna, you all female hit. Zarabtu, I hit. Zarabna, we hit.
So with the actual, I'm just going to tell the students who are a senior, I'm going to bring you on the 4-letter verbs and the 5-letter verbs first. For the 3-letter verbs, I'm bringing the new starters in first, and then I'll bring the old students in later on in the class, inshallah. Right, the next student I would like to come, System Fawzia Ja'far.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Now, Sister Fawzia, and the next verb I would like you to practice is fataha. He opened.
Fataha, he opened. Fataha, they opened. Fatahu, they all opened. Fatahatu, she opened. Fatahat, she opened. Fatahata, they all opened. Fatahna, they all opened.
Yep.
They all opened.
Right.
Fatahta,
you opened.
You opened. Fatahtuma, they both open.
Right.
Fatahtum, they all open.
All open.
Fatahti, you female open. Fatahtuma, they both female open. Fatahtunna, they all open. Fatahtu, I open. Fatahtuna, we open.
Now, so fatahtu and fatahna. I opened and we opened.
Yeah,
Right.
فتحنا I opened فتحنا. Yeah.
Jazakallah. Sister Maryam Taj, can you come on the mic, please? Next. So the
Assalamu
next,
alaikum.
Alaikum Salamatullah. Sister Maryam. Now, the next verb you will see now, there's a change in the harakat. Now, I'm gradually going to work my way forward and then go on to the 4-letter verbs as well. So, alima, which is he knew. Alima, he knew. Now, you will see in all of the 14 forms, the middle verb, which is the lam, will remain with a kasra in all the 14 forms. Can you conjugate now? Bismillah.
Okay. Alima, he knew. Alima, they too knew. Alimu, they all knew. Alimat, she knew. Alimta, they too knew.
Alimta, you one male knew.
Alimta is what? Sorry, Sheikh.
Alimta, you one male knew. Masculine knew.
Okay. Alimta, you knew. Alimna, you all knew.
Excellent.
Alimta, she sorry, Alimta, he knew.
Alimta, you knew.
You knew. Okay. Alimta, you knew. Alimtuma, you too knew. Alimtum, you all knew. And then Alimti, she knew.
Oh, you. It says on the side, Ghaib means the third person, which he or she. Mukhad means you. So it means you one female knew, you two females knew, you all females knew.
Okay.
Alimti?
Alimti, you knew.
Yep.
Okay. Alimtuma, you two knew. Alimtunna, you all knew.
Right.
And Alimtu, I knew. And Alimtuma, we knew.
No, Alimna.
Alimna, sorry. Alimna, we know.
Thank you for that. Can I request next? Sister Akila. Sister Akila, can you kindly now continue with the same change itself with the middle letter having a kasra? I would like you to do hasiba, and then I will move on to the next one, and inshallah start then the 4-letter verbs. Bismillah. Hasiba.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hasiba, he counted. Hasiba, they two male counted. Hasibu, they all male counted. Hasibat, she counted. Hasibata, they two female counted. Hasibna, they all female counted. Hasibta, you counted male, one male. Hasibtuma, you two male counted. Hasibtum, you all male counted. Hasibta, you one female counted. Hasibtuma, you two female counted. Hasibtunna, you all female counted. Hasibtu, I counted. Hasibna, we counted.
Right, so now the reason why I've done it in this order is just get yourself more familiar with the conjugation, and then inshallah we'll move. Now after this, I'm going to move on. Next student I'm going to ask to come forward is going to be Sister Zainab Hassan. Alaikum salam. How are you, Sister Zainab?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Sister Zainab, so we have the verb now. Before we had all of them fatha, then we had one with a kasra. Now we are having the one which has a dhamma.
Okay.
Kabura. So now whenever this verb comes across in the Quran or wherever it comes, whenever the middle letter has a dhamma in the past tense, it comes in the meaning of becoming. So he became older.
Okay.
So can you do the 14 forms for me, please? Kabura.
Kabura. Kabura. Kabura. Kaburu.
Correct.
Kaburat.
Correct.
Kaburata.
Correct.
Kaburta. kaburtuma, kaburtum, kaburti, kaburtuma, kaburtunna, kaburtu, kaburna.
So these are all of the 14 forms for the past tense. Any questions before I move on? Because today's class is normally not the way I have taught you. I'm teaching in a different method today. The reason why, because we're focusing towards a different goal. We're not focusing on Medina Arabic, we're focusing on the Quran. So for this reason, I'm teaching in a different method. I don't normally teach this method. The only reason I'm teaching in this method is because we've done some 4-letter verbs, 5-letter verbs in Surah Tahrim. So I'm just getting yourself polished up and more familiar with this now. Any questions before I move on?
Yes, Sheikh, I have one question. Like you tell us, like if the Dhamma came on the middle letter, then
Yep.
how the meaning is going to change? Can you explain that a little bit more? I didn't get.
So normal is just only for this one here. Any verb which comes on the pattern of a middle letter has a dhamma, kabura, yakburu, it comes in the meaning of becoming. So for example, the word ahmar means red, and if I say hamura, yahmuru, means that he became red or he became pale.
Okay, so just with the harakat, the meaning is going to change.
Exactly.
That's what. Okay, got it.
So this is how how delicate the Arabic language is, and how particular it is with regards to changing the harakat. Changing of the harakat change the meaning itself.
Okay, got it. Jazakallah.
You're welcome. Now I'm going to move on to the next stuff. Just 1 second. Now I'm going to move on forward. Now I'm going to ask the first student to come on from the senior students now. Let's bring Sister Huma, as you was the first one on the actual group today. Sister Huma now. Now, this is a 4-letter verb, correct?
Yes.
How is it a 4-letter verb? Explain it to the class. How is it a 4-letter verb?
We have 4 alphabets on that.
Correct. And the additional, which is the alif now. The root word is karuma, which means he became generous. And we have added an alif. Now, this alif, which has been added, it happens on a 3-letter verb. So the 3-letter verb, you add an alif. So this additional letter which has been added, it alters the original meaning of the 3-letter verb. So now, karuma means he became respected. Now, akrama, it means that he gave respect to someone else. So now this is a 4-letter verb. Alif has been added. Now, the ending remains the same. Like in a dharaba or kataba, the ending remains the same. Just only thing happens is that in the 3-letter verbs, all the 3 letters have fatha, karama or karuma. Here now, after the alif, the kaf has a sukoon. So go ahead now, sister. Bismillah. Akrama.
Bismillah ar-Rahman. Akrama, akrama, akramu. Akramat, akramata, akramna, akramta, akramtuma, akramtum, akramti, akramtuma, akramtunna, akramtu, akramna.
Excellent. Jazakallah. Thank you for that. Now, sister Zabun Sakanji. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yesterday when we did Surah Tahrim, we did also a 4-letter verb. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Which one was it? Was it a'rada? You remember?
And ahalla.
Ahalla, exactly. I'll do ahalla and asarra next, but let's do a'rada. Do you remember a'rada we did?
Yes, yes.
Yes, so alif, ain, ra, dad. A'rada. Now I want you to conjugate a'rada on the pattern of akram, because a'rada is the 3-letter verb. We've added the alif and made it into a 4-letter verb. A'rada. Bismillah.
In Madi?
Yes, please.
A'rada, a'rada, a'radu, أعرزت أعرزتا أعرزنا أعرزت أعرزتما أعرزتم أعرزتي أعرزتما أعرزتن أعرزت أعرزنا.
Right. So this is a'rada. So I'm not going to teach them this weird or the changes of the meanings today. I can't do that today. I just need yourself to get them familiar to be able to conjugate the whole 14 forms. So thank you for that. So this.
Please remind us what is agrada mean? Agrada.
So let me just show you. Give me 1 second, doctor.
I know you taught it yesterday.
Yeah. So it says in the Quran. It says وَأَظْهَرَهُ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ. Let me just bring it onto the. Let me show you. Just 1 second, doctor. So you did it here. There you go. So here, وَأَعْرَضَ. Doctor, got it here? أَعْرَضَ. So let me tell you the meanings as well. So the root word is ayn, ra, dhad. Arada. So that is the root word itself, arada. And normally the meaning of arada, I'm going to give you the meanings now for it. So normally arada, it comes in the meaning to become wide. That's one meaning. Arada, ayn, arada means to become wide. That's meaning one. The other meaning for arada, the three-letter verb, it means it comes in the meaning to happen. To happen. And the other meaning for it, it means to appear. So this is the meaning for the three-letter verb. Now, when you add the alif on arada, make it a four-letter verb, a'rada, it has the following meanings. Just 1 second. So here, this is, so doctor, to turn away. A'rada, to turn away. Avert, avoid, abandon. You got it, doctor? So a'rada means to avoid, to give, or to disclaim something or renounce something. So these are the meanings of a'rada, the four-letter a'rada. Is that clear now, doctor, for you?
Santum.
And then we have the other one is adhara. He made it that. So the three-letter verb is dhahara. It was visible. It became visible, or it manifested. Dhahara. Now adhara made it known. So Allah made it known to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So adhara, to make it known that what they were plotting and what they were doing, intending to cause unease or make Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam unhappy. Now, for adhara, I'm going to ask one of the other students to come on the mic to conjugate for me. Who is available from the senior students? And then I'll bring some other students onto the mic as well. Anyone?
Yes, I can able to do it.
Go ahead. So a'rada on the pattern of akrama. Bismillah.
So I'm gonna do now azhara.
Yes, you can do azhara, correct.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Azhara, azhara, azharu, azharat, azhart, azharta,
Azharata.
azharata, azharna.
No, azharna, correct.
And azharat, azhartuma, azhartum, azharti, azhartuma, azhartunna, azhartu, azharna.
Thank you for that. Now you will see over here as well, which I need to highlight for everyone to understand from Surah Tahrim, is that the four-letter verb The last letter of the 4-letter verb is the meme. From the 6th verb onwards, the meme takes a sukoon. Akramna. Okay, akramna. So this is what happens. Now I'm going to move on. I'm going to ask one of the other students to come on the mic and conjugate for me. Sister Kulthum Bihmani. Sister Kulthum?
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. I am able to just listen today.
No problem. That's fine.
Inshallah. Thank you.
Can I request then, Sister Zuhra Virji? Sister Zuhra Virji.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam to Allah, Sister Zuhra. Now, what I've done now, I've moved on slightly forward. Now I've gone on to ahabba. So the root word is habba, habba yahubbu. That is the root word, habba yahubbu. Now we've added a shadda to the ba. So whenever there's a shadda, it represents 2 letters. So it's still on the pattern of akarama, but now it has a shadda at the end. So ahabba is a 4-letter verb. Alif, ha, 2 bars makes it 4. So what happens here is that all of the shaddas remain all the way up to females, ahabbata, and then from the 6th form, the shadda is removed, and the second bar is given a sukoon as ahbabna, like akramna. Go ahead now, Sister Zora.
Okay. Ahabba, ahabba, ahabbu, ahabbat, ahabbata, ahbabna, ahbabta, ahbabtuma, ahbabtum, ahbabti, ahbabtuma, ahbabtunna, ahbabtu, ahbabna.
Excellent, Jazakallah. Thank you for that. Now, I'm going to ask I'm going to ask next student, Sister didn't get a chance yesterday. Sina was in that, she's in that. Right. Can I request Sister Sadia Shirazi?
Assalamu alaikum.
Now, Sister Sadia, yesterday in Surah Tahrim, we did this. Now, I'm just going to practice where everyone should show this. We did yesterday in Surah Tahrim, we did the verb asarra. So asarra is on the same pattern as ahabba, that there's a shadda on the last letter itself. Yeah. So can you conjugate for me all of the 4 forms of ahabba, asarra?
Asarra. And asarra means considered, or what does it mean?
So asarra itself, let me show you again on there. The Prophet confined.
Confined, okay. All right. Okay. Asar, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Asarra, asarra, asarru, asarrat, asarrata, asrarna, asrarta, asrartuma, asrartum, asrarti, asrartuma, asrartunna, asrartu, asrarna.
Excellent. Thank you for that.
Jazakallah.
You're welcome. Right, the next person I'll ask to come on the mic is going to be Sister who didn't get a chance. Sister Sister Naila. Sister Naila, are you there? Naila, are you there? Okay, she's not answering. Sister Farida iPad. Sister Farida iPad.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Can I listen today only, please?
Yeah, that's fine. Right.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
No problem. So the next student I'm going to ask to come on is going to be Sister Sharabano Khaku. Sister Sharabano?
Yes, Sheikh, I would like to just listen today, please.
Okay. Sister Shablam Balji, can you come on the mic then, please? Sister Shabnam?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Islam. So, Sister Shabnam, now I'm going to move on forward. Now, we are going to go on to the present. Let's do the next one. This is that. Give me 1 second. Let me just go into the next one itself. Next one I'll practice with you is let me go over here, show you here now. The next one I'm going to practice now. So we did this one here, af'ala, af'ala, 4-letter verb. The next one I'm going to practice is the one which has a shadda in the middle, fa'ala. So what's going to happen is all of the 14 forms, past tense, is going to have a shadda in the middle itself, as fa'ala. As in Surah Tahrim, we had the word arrafa, he informed, arrafa, he informed. So it's going to be the same as the previous verbs, the conjugations, but it's going to be arrafa. Can you conjugate the 14 forms for that, please? Arrafa.
Arrafa, okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Huwa arrafa, huma arrafa, hum arrafu, hiya arraf, huma arrafta.
Rafata.
Sorry, the screen moved. Where was I up to?
Ma
Hiya,
arrafta.
humma arrafta, hunna arrafna.
Right.
Anta arafta, antuma araftuma, antum araftum, anti arafti, antuma araftuma, antunna araftunna, ana araftu, nahnu arafna.
Sister Sukaina, are you there? Sister Sukaina? Okay, Sister Sukaina is not answering. Can I request then? Let's go back. Let's bring Sister Shanaz Zaidi.
Yeah.
So Shanaz Zaidi, I want you to, like you've seen this verb here, where is it gone? Arrafa. I want you to practice the verb nazala. So let me show you in the Quran if this has it. I don't think it will have. Let me just double check. No, it hasn't got it. So nazala. So noon, zal, lam, nazala.
Nazala, okay.
So let me just bring it onto the screen for you to give you a hand. So nazal, noon, zal, lam, nazala.
Yeah.
Bismillah. Nazala.
Nazala, 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 wu, nazala, kat, nazala, ta.
So let's start. So let's start. Nazala, nazala, nazalu.
Yeah, nazala, nazala, nazalu, nazalat, nazalatta, nazalatna, nazalatta, nazalat.
1 second. Nazalna, then nazalta.
Nazalna, nazalatta, nazalattuma, nazalattum.
No, just 1 second. Nazal, the lam should be with a sukoon. From the sixth form, nazal na, nazal ta, nazal tuma.
Tuma, nazaltum, nazalti, nazaltuma, nazaltunna, nazaltu,
Nazalna.
nazaltu, nazalna.
Jazakallah. Thank you for that. So what's happening here before I move on? Now, in this verb now, sharika is the root word in this one here now. So in nazala, there is shadda, and nazala, the shadda represents 2. So that's a 4-letter verb. Now, in this one, which you can see on the screen, sharaka, sharika is the 3-letter verb. We've added an alif here now. So these alif here, let me go to this one here. So if you look over here, everyone, the yellow marks what additional letters are being added here. So fa'ala, as you can see above, this is the regulars. Fa'ala, fa'ula and fa'ila, as we done already. So this here, shadda, is the actual additional letter we've added. So this is a 4-letter verb now. In this one here, fa'ala, we've added a alif here. Alif here, okay? So we added an alif after the fa. And in af'ala, which we did before, we added alif with a hamza in the beginning of the verb. Sister Parveen Naqvi, are you there?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum, Maulana.
Alaikum salam. I want you to the word baraka, baraka. I want you to make it barakna in Surah in Surah Bani Israel. Bani Israel barakna linuriyahu. So in Surah Bani Israel, barakna has been used there in the first ayah of the Quran, Surah Bani Israel. Now I want you to conjugate for me baraka. All of the 14 forms.
Baraka, baraka, baraku, baraku, barakat, barakata, barakna, barakta, barakata, barakatuma, barakatum.
Barakat, barakata, barakna. The kaf at the end has a sukuna. Barakna.
Barakna, barakata, barakati, barakatuma, barakatum.
Barakta, baraktuma, baraktum.
Barakata, right?
No, not barakata.
Oh, okay, barakta, right? Yeah. Okay, anta barakata, barakata, baraktuma, baraktum, barakati, barakatuma, baraktunna.
So barak, the kaf at the end should be the sukun. Barakta, baraktuma, baraktum. Barakti, baraktuma, baraktunna. Baraktu, barakna.
Okay, kaf has sukun on it.
So in Bani Israel, it says Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Subhanalladhi asra bi abdihi laylan min masjid al-haram ila al-masjid al-aqsa. Barakna. Barakna. So this is a verb. Barakna.
Okay. Barakta, baraktuma, baraktum, barakti, baraktuma, baraktunna, baraktu, barakna.
Excellent. Jazakallah for that. Thank you. Right, let's move on. Now, the next verb we're going to practice now is this one here. Now, can everyone see this now? Tafa'ala. Tafa'ala. How many letter verb is this?
5.
How is it a 5-letter?
5-letter word.
How is it a 5-letter verb?
Ta, fa, ain, lam.
Correct. So ta, fa, ain, lam. There's 2 ain because of the shadda. Now in surah, I'm going to use today. I'm going to use ayats from the verbs from the Quran, so that it's easier for you to understand. I'm going to go to Surah Qadr. Surah Qadr. And then I'm going to ask Sister Sabira Kanji. Where is it gone? So in Surah Qadr, if you look on this verse here now, let me just make it bigger. This one here, this Tanazzalul Malaikatu. So this here, can you see the Tanazzalu, the lam has a dhamma. Tanazzalul. So the past tense of the original present tense, there should be 2 tas. Tatanazzalu. Tatanazzalu should be the present tense, but the ta has been dropped. The past tense of tatanazzalu is tanazzala. So Sister Sabira Kanji, tanazzala. This one here. Alaikum salam. Tanazzala. Conjugate as you could say, it'll be same like this, exactly the same, but the only thing is that the ending will change. تنزل. Bismillah.
تنزل تنزل تنزلوا تنزلت تنزلتا تنزلنا تنزلت تنزلتما
تنزلت
تنزلت تنزلتما تنزلتم تنزلتي تنزلتما تنزلتن تنزلتو تنزلنا.
Jazakallah for that. Thank you. I'm going to ask Sister Faris Khan. Sister Faris Khan. Okay, if she. Then I will ask Sister Kisra.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Maulana Sahab. Ji, what do you want me to read? You have to give me a little discount. I'm not as good as the other sisters, but let me know how I can. Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do for yourself, or the discount I'll give you is this, is that I'll give you the verb which is on the screen for you. So here is the actual verb and the pattern, the za'ama. So the ta has been, za'ama is the root word, zal, ain, mim, that these are the root words, and we've added a ta and a shadda to make it into a 1, 2, 3, 4, into a 5-letter verb. So taza'ama. Bismillah. I will make it into full screen, and I want you to conjugate all of the 14 forms.
Okay. I'll try. Is this? Should I expand it? It's not expanding.
What's the meaning of the word?
So the word za'ama, doctor, it comes in. Yep, it means to, in the meaning of to believe, to take, to regard. That is the za'ama, the root word is za'ama. Now, when you change it into a 5-letter verb, it comes in the meaning of to lead or command, or to pretend to be a leader.
I see. So am I don't have anything on the screen, Sheikh. Should I, how do I read?
Let me show you. Let me try to share the screen again. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, I can, but it is very narrow. Should I expand it?
Yes.
I'm not. Yeah, I can. Okay, now. What was the word you wanted at the za'ama?
Za'ama.
Yuza'ama.
No, past tense. Taza'ama.
Yes, taza'ama. Okay, taza'ama. Taza'ama again. Taza'amu. Taza'amat. Taza'amta. Taza'ammata. Ammata. Taza'amna. Taza'amta. Taza'amtuma. Taza'amtum. Taza'amtum. Taza'amti. Taza'amtuma. Taza'amtunna. Taza'amtu. Taza'amna.
Thank you. That's all of it.
MashaAllah. Beautiful teaching. This is very lovely teaching. I have taken courses before, but this is just one of its kind. Jazakallah khairan kasira. Should I do anything to change it now, or?
I will ask Jazakallah. Thank you ever so much for that. I'm going to move on forward so that everyone understands. Now, the next one itself is this: is that I'm moving on because I'm running out of time, and I want to do the next time, unfortunately. Now, the next one I'm going to practice now is this one here. This one here now, the root word, as you know, is fa'ala. So these are the 3-letter verbs, and the yellow, as I said, is marking the different, all of these 2, 3, 4, 5, all of these are different patterns. The past tense is different. The present tense is different. Now, in this one here, in this 6th form, we are having two additional letters. We are having a yellow, so we're having yellow ta and a yellow alif. So how many letter verb is this?
6.
Yes. Who said it? Who shouted out?
Zainab Hassan.
Mr. Zainab Hassan, you got yourself in trouble. So what I need you to do now,
okay,
to conjugate for me this verb of the Quran, tanaza'a. So I'll show you this verb in the first one in the Quran, so that you understand the importance of these verb conjugations. So this is in Surah Nisa, verse number 100 Surah Nisa, verse number 59. So let me just bring that onto the screen. Surah Nisa. So this is the reason why I emphasize the verb so important, because 50% of Arabic language is trying to conquer and understand these verbs, and then the other part of the Arabic language is the grammar, which I'll concentrate later, not yet. Nisa, verse number 59. So I'll show you tanaza'a. It's in regards to. Let me show you, where is it gone? So this one here.
Tanaza.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ayyuhalladhina amanu ati'u Allah wa ati'u rasula wa ulul amri minkum. So, oh, you believe, amanu, they believed, ati'u, and those who, this is a four-letter verb, ata'a yuti'u ita'atan, which and here ati'u means it's an order. Ati'u, akrim, akrima, akrimu, ati'u, obey Allah and the apostle, wa ulul amri minkum, and those who have authority from you. Fa'in, and if tanaza'tum, if you quarrel, dispute, fi shay'in, in a matter, faradduhu ila Allahi, and refer back to it, to Allah and the apostle. So tanaza'tum, this is the verb which we're practicing now. So let's go, where's it gone? Just give me 1 second. Bismillah. Let me make it full screen.
Okay.
Tanaza mean, is it to dispute?
Yes, doctor.
Tanaza'a, tanaza'at, tanaza'u, tanaza'at, tanaza'a, tanaza'ata, tanaza'na, tanaza'atta, tanaza'tuma, tanaza'tum, tanaza'ti, tanaza'tuma, tanaza'tunna, tanaza'tu, tanaza'na.
Tanaza'na. Jazakallah. Thank you for that. I'm going to ask, doctor, the tanaza'a, because it's on the pattern of tanaza'a, this comes in the meaning of disputing with someone. So there's not one person, he is disputing it with someone. So some verbs, as you know, that in the Arabic language give the meaning of mutual, a mutual action. So tanaza, it means a dispute between two people itself, or more than two. Right. Sister,
can I just ask you a question?
Yes.
Sorry, Sheikh.
Yeah.
You said that was a 6-letter verb. However, when you count, it's 5.
Oh, 5.
Alif, the, and ayn.
Well, this is a 5-letter verb. Baba istif'al is a 6-letter verb. Correct.
Okay.
Thank you. If I did say 6-letter, I made a mistake there. Sorry.
Okay.
Sister Parveen Razai. Sister Parveen Razai.
Alaikum, Sheikh.
Islam. So I want you to practice the word own. What does the word own mean?
Or?
Own. Ain, waw, noon. Own. Okay. Own comes in the meaning in Arabic of help.
How?
Own. Ain, waw, noon. It comes in the meaning of help or assistance. Now, in surah, and let me show you in the Quran. So I want you to practice a surah. Let me give me 1 second. Let me show you. This will be the last verb, and then I'll end the class here. So in Surah Ma'idah, verse number 2. Surah Ma'idah, verse number 2. I'll show you. So I want you to conjugate this for me. It has a weak letter in that, and you will be able to do this, inshallah. Where is it? Ayah number 2. This one here. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. So ta'awanu. So here, ayn, waw, noon is the root letters, awana, and the ta. Can you see the ta and the alif being added, additional?
Yes. Yes.
So this is on the pattern of ta'awana. So I want you to conjugate ta'awana, all of the 14 forms. Ta'awana. Where is it gone? Let me just bring you that pattern. There you go. Bismillah. So ta'awana, instead of tanaza'a, ta'awana. Bismillah.
Ta'awana, ta'awana, ta'awanu. Tanawa'at.
No, ta'awanat.
Ta'awanat.
Yep.
Ta'awanata. Ta'awanna.
Ta'awanna.
Ta'awanna. Ta'awanatun.
Ta'awanta.
Tanawanta. Tanawanta. Ta'awantuma. Ta'awantum.
Excellent.
Tanawa'ati. Tanawa'atuma. Tanawa'untunna.
Ta'awantunna. It says ta, ayn, waw. Ta'awantunna. Ta'awantu.
Ta'awantu. Ta'awantunna.
Ta'awanna.
Ta'awanna.
Barakallah. Thank you. Right, this is me enough. I'll send you these handouts as well, just for you to practice as well. And I will send you a complete. I didn't get a chance to finish off today, but I will send you all of these patterns, past, present, and imperatives in one PDF format, inshallah, by tonight or by tomorrow, inshallah, so that you can practice them, so that you can be familiar with the 4-letter verbs. But in the meantime, I want everyone to use this itself sheet, which everyone else, you should have this. Learn fa'ala, yufa'ilu, imperative, fa'il. Fa'ala, yufa'ilu, imperative, fa'il. Af'ala, yuf'ilu, and learn the examples on these patterns as well. If you can do that for me, you've done an amazing task itself. Right. Session, it was just going towards the right direction. It tried to make yourself a bit more familiar with these verb conjugations itself. I know we haven't completed everything, but at least the past tense, you should be a bit more familiar with a different 3-letter verb or the 4 or the 5-letter verb, inshallah. Any questions from anyone?
Just one question, Sheikh. I just want you to send that page to the verbs one.
Which one?
This one. The one is on the screen now. Fa'ala yafalu and fa'ila afal. Can you send that one page too?
I'll send it again, and I'll send the other handouts as well, inshallah. I'll do that as well. So inshallah, please practice this. This is really important. And inshallah, when you recite the Quran during Shahr Ramadan, you will see these patterns in the Quran to make it familiar. So inshallah, the next session will be on Friday now. So next session will be on Friday, in which I'll continue in fa'ala, ifta'ala, if Allah, istaf'ala. Once I've done the past tense, then I'll move on to the present tense. And once the present tense, then I'll move on to the imperatives, inshallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajam. Any other questions from anyone?
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Will you kindly tell me when you say fa'ala and fu'ela? I have joined a little late, so my apologies. So please tell me the difference between the two just one time. Fa'ala and fu'ela.
Okay, fu'ila, don't worry about. I'm not going to teach you yet. So ignore fu'ila. I'm not going to teach. I'm just going to do.
I thought I missed that. I'm sorry.
No. I'm just only going to do fa'ala, yufa'il, and fa'il. Fa'ala, yufa'ilu, fa'il. Af'ala, yuf'ilu, af'il. Tafa'ala, yatafa'alu, and the imperative is tafa'al. Tafa'ala, yatafa'alu, tafa'al, and memorize them. With the examples. So if you go to the next page, it'll give you the examples, qatala and qattala. So I just want you to memorize one example on that pattern itself. So what they have done, they put fa'ala as a template, and then they added the additional letters to give you the template, and then on this template, you conjugate the verbs. So that's how Arabic verbs are taught and learnt, inshallah. So I hope everyone understood it. And
yes, I did.
They are getting grips with it. I know you will not get grips overnight. It takes time, and inshallah, gradually will absorb this information, inshallah.
Thank you.
Please practice them if you can. And I'm going to send you some verb practices as well from the ayat of the Quran, like barakna and tanazzal.